So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you how I almost failed my master's. If that sounds interesting to you, come on, let's get into the video. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're seeing me for the first time, hello, my name is Tura, and on this channel I create content around life in the UK as a student, how you can navigate your way by coming here as a student or scaling through your master's program, and also lifestyle content. If that sounds interesting to you, why not subscribe to my channel, turn on your notification bell, and give this video a thumbs up. I'm going to be sharing with you how I almost failed my master's. In case you're just coming across me for the first time, yes, I live here in Manchester, the United Kingdom. At the University of Salford, I did my master's here. I came here in March of 2021, and my master's is done. It's done. Okay, so this is what happened, how I almost failed my master's. So when I first got my first assignment brief, so here, especially at the University of Salford, I'm going to be talking from my experience studying here at the University of Salford, because I don't know any other universities where I studied. So when you start University of Salford, in my program I did procurement, logistics and supply chain. So when you start in my program, in the first class, they gave us assignment at the beginning, and I was almost going crazy. I was like, hey, you know, if you're Nigerian, yes, I'm Nigerian, and if you're Nigerian and you schooled in Nigeria, you will know that they always give us assignments probably at the middle or at the end of a particular class. But here they were giving assignment like the first introduction of that class. The next thing, they're giving you assignment brief. So assignment brief is like question for you to answer, and they're going to say answer this in 4,000 words. So they might just say talk about Delta State, write it in 4,000 words. So you're expected to put as much information, as much valuable information as possible in 4,000 words in that assignment. Okay, that's how you do that assignment. I don't even know if I'm explaining properly, if you understand. So you expect to put as much information as possible in that assignment, but it shouldn't exceed 4,000 words. So sometimes they'll tell you plus or minus 10%. So plus or minus 10%. It shouldn't be lower than 10% of 4,000 words, and it shouldn't be more than 10% of 4,000 words. Sometimes you can even, it's even so difficult to even get the 4,000 words, which one you can't be to pass the 4,000 words. So when they gave me this assignment, I was mad. I was mad because I felt like, this one never teach us anything. No, they give us assignment, you know, proper Niger babe. Okay, I was like, this guy hasn't taught us nothing, and he's giving us assignment. How does he expect us to do this assignment? Anyway, I'd already told us about, they told us about something that was PMC. PMC is if you can't meet up with the day they give you, you have to come up with a reasonable reason why you couldn't meet up, or why you can't submit your assignment at this particular day. So, but I told myself, when they told us about this PMC, I told myself, well, you're not going to take any PMC. If it's in Nigeria, you will submit this assignment when due. So this UK, you will submit your assignment when due. You're not going to take any PMC. And I was going gaga because I don't know how to go about this assignment. When I looked at the assignment, I would drop it. I'll look at it, I'll drop it. I'll look at it, I'll drop it. I was confused. And then I came across this particular girl. This particular girl I was watching, and she said she got distinction. I was like, I reached out to her, like, please show me how to do this assignment. And she said, oh, that all I needed was structure, how to research, how it was just small basic, how to research and how to structure that assignment. And she said I was going to pay her. I said, if na money, not something. We don't get money to buy Goshi bag. We might not have money to buy big hair, but we have money to pay for tutorials, for our assignments, for our future. Okay. So I asked her, how much are you going to charge me? She told me, I transferred the money, I'm not even price. I transferred the complete amount she told me to her. So she told me first class. She just looked at the assignment, said one or two things. I was like, okay, then in the next class, she's going to teach me how to structure the assignment, all those kind of things. I was like, okay. The next class, I did not show up. I told her I was going to be busy. I didn't show up. So I was busy because I was trying to catch up with the class, because now I'm in Nigeria, so we're learning on Blackboard. Blackboard is an app where they teach you, so we're learning on Blackboard. And then I was also trying to, you know, gather myself to travel to the UK, gather my family. So it was a lot for me to be doing the assignment, to be doing all these things. So I didn't show up to the second class. The third class, I was on transit, so I didn't show up. So I was like, okay, let's reschedule since I couldn't show up. I don't know if that was what offended this until auntie called me that she can't do it in their class again, that she's refunding half of my money. Hey, I was paranoid. I don't shout, I don't show emotion, but inside me I don't die. Inside me, I don't die. Like, just kill me, make her die. Because I was hoping that, oh, if she's able to, you know, explain to a point where I understand this thing, to be easy for me to do it. But I was like, okay, no problem. I just sent her my account. She sent my money. When I saw the alert, I just looked at the alert like this. Tears fall from my eyes. And I said, Furu, that was the motivation I needed. And I said to myself, Furu, you're gonna do something. You're gonna do something. At this point, before I even contacted her, I've contacted everybody I know that had done masters in the UK. There was help coming from nowhere. One thing I just realized, that when book is not something you want to rely on someone else, okay? Because nobody wants to finish book and go back to it, because most people just do book because they have to do it. They don't do it because they like it. If it's people that like book, it's 1% out of 100%, okay? So I talked to everybody that I know that did masters in the UK. There was help coming from nowhere. In fact, most of the people were just like, it was as if I was like spitting gibberish. They were not ready to listen to what I was saying. They were like, hey, don't tell what I drop in now. I know if you do anything. My sisters in the Lord and my brothers. We had like 5 subjects we learned in our masters. So in that 5 subjects, each of those subjects has 2 assignments. So another luck I had in this masters that they were not doing exams. I really liked that they were not doing exams. So I don't need to do la cram la po. So I learned everything well, and I wanted to use this my master's to compensate myself for my BSc. Not like I did bad, but I felt like I was not in my BSc. I felt like somebody else did my BSc for me. It wasn't me, because I was not there. I can't even remember what happened there, but I will do a different video of how I got to that point. So I wanted to use this my master's to compensate myself for that BSc. So I really wanted to put in the work. So because I've always known that I'm smarter than what I got in my BSc, and I wanted to use this master to compensate myself. So total we did 10 assignments without exams, okay? So I did the first one, it came out good. I did the second one, it came out good, sister. I was happy, it came out good. The fourth one of it I did, it came out good. The second of the fourth one, my sister, that was where the problem started. I had so many worries at that point. One, I was looking for accommodation. I wasn't getting accommodation. Where I was living, I was just not comfortable. Too many things were stressing me. Even marital stress was stressing me. Too many things were stressing me. Long distance relationship was affecting me mentally. I wasn't stable. I couldn't concentrate anymore. I couldn't do anything. At this point, I was just tired. All I wanted for that particular assignment I was doing there was just a pass. Because at this point, I was already in a distinction. So I was like, if I get pass, no problem. No problem. Let me do the pass and just get out, okay? The worst thing was that people were calling me. A lot of people were calling me, my friends. Were like, how are we going to tackle this assignment? I was like, do like this, go to there, go there, do like this, do like this. In fact, I will even send material. Do like this, do like this, do like this. But Furo no fit do our own. I couldn't do my own, but I was explaining to people. When it was time, I think 3 days or 4 days, that was when I opened my assignment because I was damn tired. But because I told myself that I was not going to take any PMC, I was like, okay, let me just try. So I started writing 3 days to when I was going to submit. And I said to myself, what's supposed I get 50, which is pass. And then maybe it's to just bring my distinction to merit, and that's it. And then I finished this assignment and I submitted it. Guys, I say I submitted it. That was where my failure started. As I submitted this assignment, Our results usually come out 3 weeks to 3 weeks after we've submitted. 3 weeks after we submitted, I remember that they were just walking on the road. I was depressed. Now, this has nothing to do with UK system, school, or lack of friends, but for some reason, personal reasons, I was just depressed. Plus, I couldn't get accommodation. Plus, look, I've known comfort for a long time, man. So bringing me from my comfort zone and putting me in a house that looks like where prisoners live was like the most depressing thing of my life. I wasn't able to bathe properly because the toilet was always dirty, and I'll wash and people would dirty it. So I had to look for a way to bathing inside my room. Somehow I'll stay 4 days, 5 days, I've not bathed. I'll just take towel and clean myself because I don't want to enter that toilet. Sometimes I'll go to like hotels and pay just to bathe properly, lodge for hotel just to bathe properly, you know. I'll go to like people's houses to beg them to bathe properly. It was horrible. Pool self, I don't even want to even talk about my accommodation experience. Pool was, because I told you the house where I was living, I don't know if I said it here, we were like 20 something in the whole building. Like, I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. Sharing apartment with people is the worst thing you can ever do if you come to the UK. If you have money, please rent your apartment. Although it's expensive, but rent your apartment. Sharing apartment is not. I wish someone had told me this. So apart from that, from home I was also having issues. Long distance was beginning to affect my marriage. You know, me and my husband was at it all the time, because all the time you need money. Every month I need money to pay for my fees. I need money to buy this because I wasn't working much. So, and trust me, the worst thing that can bring quarrel in marriage is Monica. Okay, we'll talk about that in that video. So I had a lot of things that were bothering me, and I did the assignment and I submitted it. I had submitted 3 weeks after our result came out. One that was just walking on the road, my friend called me like, bro, I've seen my result, have you seen yours? Now me, they explain assignments, they come and explain, but I know if you do my own. Can you imagine that? I was like, how many did you get? Hey, 68. This one said 65. This one said this. This one said that. I was like, okay, let me go and check my own. I knew I was not going to get up to those 60 something that they were getting, but somehow I knew, okay, I'll get 50 at least. So I was ready. I go house, open assignment. My sisters, my brothers, I got 31. And they laughed, and it wasn't funny. I got 31. It was a damn fail. So in my mind, I don't even know why I never thought that I would risk it. I thought that I did go house. As I don't fail the exam, this I did go house. I started crying. Oh, like they ask people. My enemies will laugh at me. When I go back to Nigeria, oh, like they, my family, you two families, all the people that checked on me when I came, all the people that have been calling me, oh God, I've been copying now. All the people that have been calling me, all the people that have been checking on me, all the people that have been caring for me. What is Furo going to tell them? I cried. But I was just waiting for them to send me the letter. At this point, I didn't tell anybody. I didn't tell my husband. I didn't tell any of my family members. Nobody. I was just alone. Guys, let me drink water. So guys, so I was just going in my room. Anyway, I'm just warming up to go, but I was just ready, you know, ready for what's going to happen. Probably the school is going to call me. What's going to happen? I was just there waiting for what will happen. Okay, I couldn't carry on with my life again. Depression will depress me. Depression depressed me. I've never felt that kind of depression before. Depression that you will have, that when you lie down, it feels like somebody's lying on you, pressing you down. Depression. Finally, I moved from my house to another place. I felt a bit better, but not completely better, because look, when you're living in your own space, for someone who has lived in their own space for the longest time, like for the longest time, living with someone, I don't know for other people, for me it was the hardest thing. But when I moved into this particular new apartment, I felt a lot better. Okay, so I called on my friend and I said to my friend, babe, I failed that course. And that my friend, I won't forget her. Funke, that was her name. Like, I won't forget her. her words, you know, helped me. She said, ah, leave that in, you know, with her Yoruba accent. I don't know if she ever watches YouTube videos. Everybody's like, we're not be here again, leave that in, how you go feel? I say, I feel the cause. She was like, yeah? I screenshot it, I sent it. She said, I don't believe you failed this course. Yes, I did. She said, you write receipts now. So just prepare where write receipts. Eh? I said, okay. No, I don't fail the first one. How I want to write the receipt? How I could take one? She said, I not believe you again. I believe you die. You go write receipt. Like, she was saying those things like joke, but I took it serious. Like, I was like, so somebody trust me to that point. It gave me strength. Then she telling me that I can receive the exam, which is carried over in Nigeria. Gave me a lot of, you know, energy. So okay, let me prepare for it. But my confidence at this point was zero because I didn't believe. I did not believe. The day it shocked you, it shocked me. I didn't believe. So I was waiting for the school to know what the school was. So I called another of my friend. She encouraged me. She was like, don't worry, you receipt it, you'll be fine. Blah blah blah. These people are people who have been here for a while. Although we're doing masters, the other of my friends, she's a citizen here, she's been living here, although she's doing the same masters with me. The other was like behind us, not in our class, but we're doing the same course. So me, I was January and she was, I think, September. She was March or June. So I was like, okay, there's hope that there's receipts. My brothers and my sisters finally emailed me. I was like, I have to receive that course because I failed it. Sister and brother, at this point a lot of my worries have gone down. I've moved from like the second apartment where I was living to my own proper house, which is where I'm staying now. That solved like 70% of my problem. Obi and I had settled our whole some beefs we were having. So my mind was focused. My mind was focused now, but I was kind of scared again that if I failed it the first time, what made me think I will pass it this second time. And then I'll call down my friend and say to her, I wanted to do this. She will say, don't worry, for right there you go fit. And the worst thing I hate about studying here is there is no help. There is no help. Nobody will help you. If you see who help you is by the grace of God. I had nobody to ask, say, what is this? The only boy I had that I asked like the first time, he even stopped picking my call. I don't even know what I'm Nemeka. Nemeka, I'm calling you out in this video. I'm not taking it personal, but you know, at least that Nemeka, I used to ask him like one or two things. Guy, after this thing, explain to me, and then it will reassure my knowledge. But after the first assignment we did together, Nemeka stopped picking my calls. At the time, I took the verse. If I call you one, call you two, I will say, I better go die, put him down. So I was like, I beg. I stopped calling him. Maybe probably he will be at work or something. So after I called him like 2-3 times, he wasn't picking my calls and he wasn't replying my calls. I was like, fuck off. Fuck off. I'm going to do this thing myself. So I sat down and I said this assignment. I was given, I think, 2 weeks or 3 weeks to submit it. And I tried my best. I put my energy because I don't even know what I'm going to explain if I fail. And I have to go back home. I don't know what I'm going to explain. I put my energy. I wrote this assignment. Oh God. On my own, there was nobody to call. So even in the midst of this assignment, I not created another problem with hobby. When I would see other women would say, my husband helped me. My husband explained that. But my own, they found busy. My own nothing explain anything to me. So I will come and be like, you cannot explain anything for me. You cannot do this. I don't say guy man too. They worry about money when go use pay for fees. Then they run up and down. To be dishing out £1,500 every month to be paying, plus rent, plus feeding for woman where you marry. You know easy. So probably that one they stress out. So the guy didn't even get time to help me for my assignment. So I was alone with my assignment. I now started that quarrel. Hey, you cannot help me. You cannot do like this. What are you helping me, women? That's too much problem because that one can't begin affect me emotionally again. After I now warned myself, I was like, "Furo, take your time. The one that you did before failed you. You want to fail again?" So I left the choir and I continued. Lo and behold, I was able to get 70 in that assignment. But the problem was, when you get 70, because it's a receipt, they are going to cap it 50. So what they gave me was only 50. So I lost 20 because it was a receipt. And when they marked everything, I think I was in a good merit at this point. When I looked at, when they brought out the final result, I was in a good merit at this point. How I told myself, if I'm able to put in work in my dissertation, if I'm able to put in work, I'll be able to get that distinction that I planned. Because from the beginning, I planned myself that I was going to get distinction, so that I was to compensate myself for waiting in the pot to do me. Whether I then do me, whether I may do myself, I don't know. So when my dissertation came out, I started working. Meanwhile, my dissertation was not hard for me to pick up a topic, because there was this particular course I really loved. I think I got the highest mark in that course, global supply chain. I got the highest mark in that course. And there was this particular impact of COVID-19, when they were teaching us impact of COVID-19 on businesses. And when I was learning that course, I really enjoyed it. It felt so practical. And I was like, this is what I'm going to write in my dissertation. So when they were like, find topic for your dissertation, I'd already gotten topic day from the beginning. So I was now able to twist this whole topic to suit what I can write for my dissertation. But at the end of the day, it was still impact of COVID-19 on businesses. So, but that was not how I now coined this my topic. So lo and behold, I started firing my dissertation. I fired my dissertation. I read like I've never read before. In 1 year, I read what I did not read in 4 years of studying BSc. In 1 year. So when I finished my dissertation, I submitted. The day I submitted my dissertation, I cried like saying I cried one mark my. I look my work. I said, God, I put this dissertation in your hands. I don't know what to do. When I leave it to you, Father, do something. I broke down because I don't know what the outcome was going to be. I broke down. I cried though. I cried. After I finished crying, that paper for weight that day. And prayed and kabash on that my dissertation. I submitted it in Turnitin. I checked the similarity. I checked the similarity before in Turnitin. It was like 40. I went back, you know, paraphrased some other thing. I checked it again, it was 25. At this point, I was like, okay, 25 is fair. Meanwhile, the right amount that is okay is 20. But I was like, 25 is fair, big. And when I checked the 25, most of the similarity problem was coming from the reference. So I was like, okay, no problem. And then I submitted it on Turnitin after crying a bucket load. Like if it was paper I used to write that, and that paper would have been wet. And then I submitted it. I kept praying, and the thing was loading. I was just waiting for it, and the thing finally submitted. And I was like, I just removed my mind and went about my business. Week. Guys, this video don't long. 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I think the 4th week result came out. Everybody's result came out. My own did not come out. Everybody's result came out. My full result did not come out. I was like, why didn't my result? Why didn't my result come out, my dear? I learned how to craft what they call professional email. First of all, I write email like 2 days after I did not still see my result. Checking Turnitin, my result was not uploaded. I just send small emails like I'm checking, my result is not uploading, and most of my classmates, they've gotten their result, but my result is not, you know, showing, it's not coming up, there's nothing, and I've not gotten any feedback why I don't have my result on the site. As I'm talking about it, I'm breaking down. So I just sent the email. Nobody answered me. 3 days ago, nobody answered me. 4 days. I think on the 5th day I got angry, and I told them, so I sabi write email. I say I sabi write email. I wrote a professional, detailed email of how this thing is affecting my mental health, of how, oh God, of how I copied everybody, my course leader, my lecturer, my supervisor. I copied everybody I know in business school in Suffolk. Let's say 1 hour or 2 hours, they responded that my supervisor is working on my dissertation. I shouldn't worry, that they're going to release it. In the next few hours, he sent me another mail that they've uploaded my stuff, my dissertation on Turnitin, my dissertation result on Turnitin, that I can go and check it. I'm like, God. I was opening it. I checked it the first time. It did not load. I was like, why did this put me? I'm going to check it. I checked it because I did not load. Thought I did not load. I now sent the man an email that I didn't see anything. The man was like, okay, that he's going to send me. I sent me an email and he was like, Furo, you got 80. I don't believe. I was like, somebody pinch you. Somebody. See, all this failure, I did not tell you. I will keep everything in my chest. I'm that kind of wife. We don't tell you about failures. We only tell you, the things that we do well. I was like, Furo, somebody pinch me. 80. Somebody pinch me. Oh, I just kept it, I told Hobby now that I've gotten 80, but all this struggle that I've been sharing, I know them. I just kept like happy. I didn't tell any of my friends. I didn't tell anybody. Only Hobby I told. I was just keeping it. I was just waiting for my final result. Until I think I posted my final result in my community tab. If you can't wait for me to do the next video, I put my community tab, and that has been my journey. That's almost how I feel with my masters. But I just want to thank God that today He made it possible that I'm here smiling and chatting with you guys and just being happy. Thank you so much to everyone who reached out to me. In my first video, I'm going to tell you all the people. This YouTube is powerful. I got like people that were listening to my tantrums, people that were encouraging me in different ways. Me, I'm not that person you want to make best friend or friend. When I'm in problem, the kind of tantrums I throw, you say you go tire for me. Even me, I tire for myself when I throw tantrums. But I won't thank God. I thank God that in all this struggle, He made it possible, and I'm here smiling and happy. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm already feeling emotional. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. See you in my next video. Yeah, subscribe, give this video a thumbs up.